What happens when a whole society becomes proud of sin? What happens when people no longer feel shame, no longer listen to advice, and no longer fear the warning of Allah? In such a dark place, Allah sent one brave prophet with a clear message. He stood almost alone, but he stood with truth. Prophet Lut Alaihis Salam had already chosen the path of faith. He had believed in the message of Prophet Ibrahim. He had migrated for the sake of Allah. He had learned that true honor does not come from people, wealth, or power. True honor comes from obedience to Allah. Then Allah gave him a great responsibility. Prophet Lut was sent to a people who had fallen into serious corruption. They were not only weak people making private mistakes. They had become openly proud of their wrongdoing. Their society had changed in a dangerous way. Wrong actions had become normal. Shame had disappeared. Advice was rejected. The voice of truth was treated as a problem. The Quran describes their behavior as a great immoral act. Prophet Lut spoke to them clearly. He did not hide the truth. He did not change the message to please them. He called them back to purity, modesty, and obedience to Allah. He said to them, in meaning, "Do you not fear Allah?" This was the heart of his message. Fear of Allah does not mean only being afraid. It means remembering that Allah sees everything. It means knowing that every action has a result. It means stopping yourself before you cross the limits set by Allah. It means living with respect, shame, and responsibility. Prophet Lut reminded his people that he was a trustworthy messenger. He was not calling them for money. He was not seeking power. He was not trying to control them for personal benefit. He was calling them because Allah had sent him. This is a very important lesson. True prophets did not ask people for payment. They did not sell guidance. They did not use religion to become rich. Their reward was with Allah. Prophet Lut told his people that he asked for no reward from them. His reward was only from the Lord of the worlds. This made his message pure. He wanted them to be saved. He wanted them to leave corruption. He wanted them to return to the natural and clean way of life that Allah had created for human beings. He wanted families to be protected. He wanted society to return to modesty and faith. But his people did not want to change. The Quran shows that they were not simply confused. They were arrogant. They knew that Prophet Lut was calling them to purity, but they mocked him. They rejected his warning. They saw his clean character as something strange. This is one of the saddest parts of the story. When a society becomes deeply corrupt, good people may be treated as outsiders. The person who speaks with modesty may be called backward. The person who avoids sin may be mocked. The person who advises others may be seen as an enemy. This happened to Prophet Lut. His people did not say, "Thank you for advising us." They did not say, "We will think about your words." Instead, they threatened him. They said that if he did not stop, he would be expelled. In another Quranic passage, they said to remove the family of Lut from the town because they were people who wanted to remain pure. Think about this deeply. They did not hate him because he harmed them. They hated him because he called them to purity. This is a very powerful warning for every generation. Sometimes people do not only commit wrong actions, they also become angry at anyone who reminds them of right and wrong. They want the voice of advice to become silent. They want the people of faith to disappear from public life. They want sin to continue without reminder, without warning, and without shame. But Prophet Lut did not give up. He continued his mission. He spoke with courage. He warned his people. He reminded them of Allah. He told them that their actions were not acceptable. He showed anger for the sake of Allah, not because of personal hatred. He hated the sin, the corruption, and the arrogance that had overtaken them. A prophet's anger is not like ordinary anger. It is not based on ego. It is not based on revenge. It is based on love for truth and hatred for falsehood. Prophet Lut wanted his people to be guided before punishment came. But they continued. They even challenged him. They said, "In meaning, bring the punishment of Allah if you are truthful." This shows how far their arrogance had reached. Instead of fearing Allah's warning, they treated it like a joke. This is dangerous for the heart. A person may commit sin and still feel regret. That person may return to Allah. That person may cry, repent, and change. But when a person becomes proud of sin, laughs at advice, and challenges the warning of Allah, the heart becomes very hard. The people of Lut had reached this terrible condition. Still, Prophet Lut remained patient. His mission was not easy. He lived among people who rejected him. He lived among people who mocked purity. He lived among people who threatened his family. He saw evil around him, but he did not join it. He saw corruption spreading, but he did not become silent. This teaches us that a believer must not follow society blindly. If people around us accept something wrong, it does not make it right. If many people laugh at modesty, modesty is still beautiful. If many people reject Allah's commands are still true. Truth does not change because people change. Prophet Lut's mission teaches moral courage. Moral courage means standing for what is right, even when it is unpopular. It means speaking with wisdom, but not hiding the truth. It means being calm, but not weak. It means being respectful, but not confused about right and wrong. For English learners listening today, this story also teaches important life lessons in simple words. Do not follow every trend. Do not accept every idea only because it is popular. Do not think that wrong becomes right when many people do it. A good person must think, choose, and live with responsibility. Prophet Lut was not powerful in a worldly sense. He did not control armies. He did not have a large group protecting him. But he had something greater. He had faith. He had truth. He had a message from Allah. His people had numbers, noise, arrogance, and social power. But they were spiritually weak. They had lost shame. They had lost guidance. They had lost fear of Allah. This difference is important. A society can look strong from the outside, but be broken inside. It can have buildings, markets, gatherings, and confidence, but if it rejects Allah and normalizes corruption, it is not truly successful. Real success is not measured by outward comfort. Real success is measured by obedience to Allah. Prophet Lut kept calling his people. He reminded them that Allah created a pure way for human life. He reminded them that crossing Allah's limits brings harm. He reminded them that desire must not become a person's master. A human being is not created to follow every desire. A human being is created to worship Allah and live with discipline. This message is still powerful today. Every person has desires. Every society has tests. Every generation faces pressure. But guidance from Allah protects the heart, the family, and the community. When people leave guidance, they may call it freedom, but becomes slavery to desire. Prophet Lut wanted his people to be free from this slavery, but they refused. Their rejection became stronger. Their threats became clearer. Their arrogance became greater. And Prophet Lut turned to Allah. He asked Allah to save him and his family from what they were doing. This prayer shows his deep pain. He did not ask for fame. He did not ask for wealth. He asked for rescue from corruption. He wanted protection for his family. He wanted safety from a society that had become dangerous. This is a lesson for every family. A believer should care about the environment around his family. A believer should protect his home from corruption. A believer should ask Allah for safety, guidance, and strength. The world can be difficult, but Allah is always near to those who call upon Him. As part 2 ends, we can see Prophet Lut standing with patience in a society that hated purity. He called his people again and again. He warned them. He advised them. He remained firm, but they chose arrogance over guidance. In the next part, the story becomes even more intense. The angels will come. Prophet Lut will feel fear for his guests. His people will rush toward evil, and then the truth will be revealed. These visitors are not ordinary travelers. They are messengers from Allah, and the final warning has arrived.